feed the people. This is free lunch. You know, rocking with King Peoples.
King Peoples, man.
I thank y'all for y'all time.
Yes, we do.
No food for the soul.
3, 3, 0.
Clash out with me.
I'm back with free lunch. Detail for the hunger pains. We see kids killing kids, no Hunger Games. It's soul food coming through the speakers. Yams, cornbread, baked mac with the cheeses. Meal made by Jesus, not the one that they feed us. You know, Hera Wool, the one with the black features. Kick like Adidas, Shimway, or Jet Li. Bam's the new way, boogie boards and jet skis. Bam's the new way, boogie boards and jet skis. Bam's the new way.
This Might Be Going Nowhere, the podcast featuring Peoples 330 by any motherfucking means. Ohio, stand up.
Yes, we are here. We are set. It is officially time for This Might Be Going Nowhere, the podcast. By any means 330 proudly presents. I'm excited, motherfuckers. Shout out to Demeet. It's a pretty good OG. I still want to see what the jet fuel is hitting on right now because it's been a minute since I had that. But it's good. It's good. We got a lot to talk about. The premiere episode. I had actually recorded an episode, but it did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I recorded it somewhere. The reverb is crazy. To all of those out there who may be record ignorant, which is a lot of people, basically the echo was crazy and we couldn't fix it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. So this is the This Might Be Going Nowhere podcast. I am Peoples 330. I am an Ohio recording artist out of Akron, Ohio, representing definitely the 330. And that also extends when I say that area code. Sometimes it sounds crazy because I don't think about shout out to stylists. Those people who are out in Canton and stuff who rep the 330 as well. But it's love, you know, it's that we love them as well. So it's all love. Toledo, Cleveland, Cincinnati, you know what I mean, Dayton, Canton, Columbus. It's all love, Youngstown. It's all love. But yeah, so shout out my city though. Shout out Maxine. We got a lot to talk about. And on this podcast, just to let y'all know what we're going to be talking about on this podcast, I'm going to be talking about a lot. I'll be talking about music. Of course, I'm a new hip-hop artist, leader of BAM 330. That stands for By Any Means 330. And I co-lead it with, you know, it's a lot of us. And I'll have a section where I kind of shout everybody out. But yeah, we conscious. We make good message music. And I think that that's something that's needed right now in hip-hop. I'm not going to lie. I don't really fuck with a lot of these new artists. A lot of the mumble rap, I get busy. You know what I mean? You say what you want, but I get busy. And if you don't believe I get busy, you can type in people with a Z, 330, all one word, and you can see that I get busy. That's one thing niggas will definitely tell you about me. You know, I've rapped, I battle rap, I got battles on YouTube. You type in Peoples versus Brother Tim, Peoples versus Referee, Peoples versus, I can never think of his name. I called him Abu Breezy, but that's not his name, but shout out to him. Anyway, yeah, so I definitely, you know, I'm a rapper, so I'm about bars, I'm about great music, and I'm on my way up, you know what I mean? I just, like I say, one thing I shout out, my first shout out, look at me, already a shout out.
Really, nigga?
Yeah, we'll be hit with my siren. Yes. So shout out to Charlemagne. I've been following Charlemagne since the first Breakfast Club episode. You know, we had to go to the site, watch it on the site. So shout out to all of them though. Angela Yee, DJ Envy. Y'all fucking helped tremendously to push the culture forward. So thank you for what y'all have done. Shout y'all out. But let's be honest right now. With Jay-Z, the album has came out. I'm so proud of this moment right now. Listen, I'll tell people all this all the time. And sometimes, and I'm not tooting my own horn, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking shit. Niggas say, oh, yo, P, I get Nas from you. I get J. Cole from you. Nas is my favorite rapper, breathing. Biggie of all time, but Nas breathing is my favorite. And I don't even like the word rap, just the artist. He's so fucking dope. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm crazy fire excited for Nas' album. I just, you know, it's an album when I hear it, I get to hear, yo, this is the mecca of what I'm doing. We look out, you know, us new artists, and, you know, us, I think his name is John Connor, and Lupe Fiasco, and us artists that come from that cut, Nas, you know what I'm saying, it thinks about things inquisitively. We definitely are excited about this project. But let me not get sidetracked, because the OG will do that to me. Jay-Z's album, 444, I'm fire excited, because Jay-Z's right there, he's my number 2. Just thinking about, like, what his past albums have done. And you know what's crazy? A Jay-Z album will come out, and we'll be like, that shit was all right. You know, it wasn't that shit wasn't fire. It wasn't crazy. Like, for instance, well, I think the exception of that may have been American Gangster. And I think a part of that was due to the critically acclaimed and the hype around the film. It didn't Jay-Z's album right away, because his music is always usually so great, not even good, it's usually so great that even when you hear something organically with Jay's pushing an envelope, if Jay is pushing an envelope, or, you know, he's had some curator of waves to come in and he's kind of put his own, you know, his own flow on that and his own take on it, sometimes it has to grow on you, because it's just new music, and our expectations of Jay-Z, you know, or a Nas or Eminem, you know, or I could go on and on, but I don't want to run off yet in a tangent. But our expectations of them is so high. When we hear something, it really has to grow on us and see, hey, well, you know, because the world, especially like now, they so quick to shit on shit. Like, soon as something come out, they just instantly want to shit on. Like, that's high, but that is like, or they want to suck his dick so fat. Oh, this is the best album of all. It's just the best album in the last 15. No, we don't know. But if it's good to you, it's good to you. So, you know, but with Jay-Z's album, I think back on the Black Album was fire. You know what I'm saying? But it was, you know, they weren't sure. But the singles was so fire, and you knew once you listened to it, it was great. And I think about some other albums by Jay that maybe didn't have quite that effect right out the gate. Blueprint 2, still an album that's kind of slept on, that I could agree with some, you know, if it was made in a one disc, you know, and he kind of did that, I think, with 2.5. But if it was made in a one disc, it would have been one of the best albums. Yeah, but it was still fire all throughout both those discs. Let's be clear, As One is fire. It is fire on there. The joint with Lenny Kravitz, fire. The joint where he's talking to Biggie, popping tags. It's fire on that project. I didn't like the song where he was taking shots at Nas, not because Nas is my guy, but I thought the production was off. It seemed like you lost, and you was still just like, don't trust this nigga. He's rapping TDJ, whatever. Actually, some bars on there still. I can appreciate it. But anyway, it was fire on there. When I think about what's that? Kingdom Come. That was an album. It was fire on Kingdom Come. But when we first heard it, a lot of them songs, you know, Hollywood, Lost Ones, I think was on there. It was a couple of songs where you was kind of like, you didn't really understand the depth. Even with the Katrina shit, maybe it's because I was younger too. I didn't understand the depth of that until I revisited it a little bit, you know, a year or so later, and I'm like, yo, this was a fucking masterful album. even when I think about Blueprint 3, when I think about Blueprint 3, that's another album where when it first came out, even when I heard Star Is Born, I'm like, you putting J. Cole on this shit kind of early. Maybe, and like I said, I told y'all, J. Cole's one of my, out of the new niggas. If y'all haven't heard from me, I shout him out all over my debut project. Well, not all over. Let me not say that. I'm lying. But I do shout him out in my intro. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cole, But I think it's one of those things where sometimes we get so caught up in what we expect it to sound like. We sleep on Jay's project, and then a little bit later, you end up how dope it is. Magna Carta. I felt the hype, and it was amazing for the hype. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know. You got Frank Ocean on here on it, but that shit, it didn't take long. It took like a week, and I was like, oh yeah, this shit is fire, like all the way fire. So shout out Ho. Jay-Z's 444 album. Oh my God, where can we even start at? All right, well, first thing is I want to give an album review of the album. It's 10 songs, and I think that the album is, if what everyone's saying is correct, is completely produced by No ID, which, first of all, let me say is an amazing idea, because we've been so attached to the Metro Boom sound and the DJ Mustard sound. It's really good to have No ID sound bring that authentic hip hop feel. You know what I'm saying? And we've been so accustomed to that East Coast hip hop feel. So I just want to say that was a phenomenal move for Jay-Z to do. So definitely shout out Hove on that, and shout out No ID for amazing production work throughout all 10 tracks of the album. And we're going to get into it. The first song we're going to talk about is Kill Jay-Z. Now, instantly, that's the intro. Fire. He talks about, it's a ton of jabs that are going through here. I think it's some shots at Drake that are being taken. Definitely some shots at Kanye West, which were deserved just off of the rant and the shit. Kanye West just, I think every once in a while, one of your niggas that you came up with, every once in a while, you might have to take that nigga out in the backyard. Just let him know, you getting ahead of yourself. You know what I mean? Let's not ever forget about this thing of ours. You know what I'm saying? As Benny said in the words of Benny Siegel, this thing of ours. So he addressed his own self-doubt, hatred, phoniness. It's just a fire way to start off the album. I really like it. It reminds me a lot of Blueprint 3, when he addressed a lot of people, Cameron, Jim Jones. He just addressed a lot of people, I think, with that song. So he addressed a lot. The story of OJ, number 2, he's discussing black status, being rich versus being wealthy, growing wealth. I think it's very dope when he talks about field niggas and a house nigga, and that no matter, you're still a nigga. And he's talking about OJ, like at the end of the day, you were still a nigga. You say something like, I'm not black, I'm OJ, you're still a nigga, and they'll let you know that as soon as shit goes left. Another song I really like, I like Smile. He discussing his childhood. Jay I think that this may have been some of the deepest that he's went back as far as his actual childhood is concerned. So I thought that was dope as fuck. He talks about his mom being gay. And that's something I think that took everyone by surprise. Maybe it's just me, but I never knew that. I think that that's amazing, though, that he could tell that story in the way he did, and to have her come out and she's reading a poem. But some of the lines in there, to hide in a closet so she could use her drugs, because how hard it was to go to. He's telling everybody she was a thespian, you know what I mean? All bars is just like, thank you, Jay. You know what I mean? We appreciate that. But Gloria James on the end, phenomenal job she did with her poem. I like that. Caught Their Eyes. I think it's a lot of Drake shots on here. I think he's taking a lot of shots at the industry, the phoniness in the industry, niggas wanting to be him, and you hear a lot more of that kind of talk. Like, nah, I'll come back to prove myself. He's taking shots at. He's talking about past drug runs. I always like that kind of talk. He's still dropping gems. Shots, he's talking about Prince, about what they're doing with Prince's legacy and how they only really care about the green with his purple eyes. I think that was real fire. That was a fire. 444. One of my favorite tracks. I'm surprised on there because he's talking a lot about the relationship he has with, his wife and the mother of his children, Beyonce. He's talking about the pain he caused her and other women, her losing her innocence. It's just the production on there is fire. The song actually being 4 minutes and 44 seconds. I pay attention to that detail. I think that was very dope. Yeah, I definitely like that track a lot. He talks about a lot from a perspective I think that as young men we'll need going into our own roles. You know what I mean, as leaders of a family. Family Feud, one of my favorite tracks on the entire album. I love the production on it. Very fire track. He's talking wealth. I love the ugly billionaire line. Like, I'm cute. Like, there's not ugly billionaires. I like that. I like when you talking like that. That's it. But I don't want to give too much away on that track. I really want y'all to enjoy that. But the track is very dope. He's talking about, nobody wins if the family's feuding. You know what I mean? And I think that's broader than just him and Beyonce. I think he's talking about overall the family feud and music, culture, his label mates, everything like that. I can't remember. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I'm glad I found it. The next song. Now, I'm partial to this song because it's named Bam. Shout out By Any Means 330. But Bam, one of my favorite tracks. I love the Jamaican sound. Damian Marley's on it. Fire track. One of my favorite lines off of this is he's talking about his own niggas. Like, y'all got to understand when Jay-Z is really talking boss shit and he's not even stunning with his own wealth. He's talking about the wealth of his niggas, saying how his niggas that don't even rap, niggas like Emery who did a bid, passing you niggas. This other nigga, I can't think of his name right now, but he said he was 5'6". He's jumping over niggas, the double entendre he's using, and it's just that talk like, yo, my niggas is millions ahead of you niggas. They don't even rap, So I think that's just fire Jay talking that shit. I fuck with that. Moonlight, the Lauryn Hill sample, one of my favorite songs. The sample may have been done before or something like that, I think, but it was done very well. I really like this. He's talking about how the game does you, how the game did Lauryn Hill, how niggas invest in stupid shit, and then where you gonna be at when you gotta file bankruptcy and they repossessing cars and shit. It is a fire song. So shout out Ho for that. Marcy Me, he's talking about a past a lot. He's comparing what was hot then, who was the Beyonce back then, and he's talking a lot of good talk, like letting you know when he was doing this what was going on around him. And I love when an artist does that. I'm going to do that myself. Like, that's important to me to say, hey, at this time, this is who's hot. So 5, 6 years now, 10 years from now, you go back and you listen to my project, you be like, yo, okay, we see who is this to that now. You know what I mean? But I definitely like Marcy Me. And a legacy. He had Blue on there. She's asking about a wheel. He's talking about a wheel and wealth and where things go. It has a very airy sound to it. I really like where he was taking it. Overall, this project is fire. Shout out Hove. I'm gonna, of course, have another review probably of this when I have my cousin J Law, who I'll be co-hosting with. He'll be co-hosting with me sometimes. I'm sure we're gonna have a debate about it. But 444, a fire project. I've listened to it through twice already, and I would probably say my favorite song so far. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. I really like Kill Jay-Z. I like 444. I like Family Feud. I like Bam. Caught Their Eyes. All of those are so. a solid 6 to 7 songs out of 10 that are fire. It may be 2 that you like, and then 1 that you might not like at all, but it's a fire project. Shout out Hove. Thank you for helping make sure that this thing that I'm about to join is going to be official, because I'm a lyricist, you know what I mean? And I pride myself on that. So I pride myself on lyricists before me and have opened the doors and shaped the way. And Jay is that Meet the Parents is still one of my favorite songs. Kind of like Nas's Undying Love or, Somehow We Will Survive. You know what I mean? They both got cuts like that for me. This my shit. But, all right. Best album so far. Now, I want y'all to make sure y'all leave comments. You know what I'm saying? Send me a tweet, Peoples330. The show be on SoundCloud. This Might Be Going Nowhere, TMBGN podcast. So, and it already got some shit on SoundCloud. So that's dope. But the best album so far. So if we're in July, I would probably say the best albums. Jay-Z's 444, we'll go ahead and throw that in there. Definitely Kanye West. It's Kanye West. Excuse me. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Kendrick, Damn, that's in there. Big Sean's album, that's in there. Joey Badass's album, that's in there. I like Rick Ross's album, phenomenal artwork, audio artwork, that's in there. 2 Chainz, that's in there. Yeah. I think, you know what I mean? It's some good music coming out. Then, of course, there's me. I got Feed the Peoples and The Golden Era. Those will both be coming out. Now it'll be up there too. But you know, those are some good projects I'm liking. J. Cole put out his project. That was cool. I wanted more. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted more from Cole. That's why I probably didn't say it as immediate. I like the video that he was, that energy. Everybody Dies. That's what I needed. You know, False Prophet. I needed that on the album though. Like, I get what he was doing. He was just showing like, I can do this warming up and not even include them on there, and it's fire. And I don't think so much, but I love, you know, I think, and I say not so much like hate, like I said, like not so much, because I think it would have been better with those songs on there. Like, fuck it, why not? Like, those was fire. Whatever. Do we want a Kanye West album? I was watching DJ Academics. He was talking about it. They talked about it on Everyday Struggle, which we'll get into that because that's classic. Again, that's something I supported day one, like the Joe Budden podcast when it was called I'll Name This Podcast Later. Like Power, the first day, when the episode leaked, I put on my Instagram. You can go to the bottom of my Instagram. You will see that tweet. Scandal, you know, first day one. I just named shows I was day one affiliate, and I was like, yo, The Jump, NBA The Jump. I was fucking with that. And it's weird, but we'll get into that another episode of my Negro Dominant shit. But definitely, they were talking about the Kanye West album, and I gotta be honest with y'all, I'm not excited for it. And here's, you know, if I'm gonna be a real nigga, this is how I evaluate it. I heard all of the lists on favorite albums, but here's my list. College Dropout is one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. It is also Kanye West's best album. There will be some albums that are arguably, so it's not best as in stands out overall. But if it was an album I wanted to introduce somebody who have never heard Kanye West and are new to hip-hop, I would play College Dropout. I could follow that up with Registration or Graduation. Graduation grew on me, ladies and gentlemen. It was clear it was 1 and 2 and then 3. Graduation has grown on me a lot. So, but I love the features. I love the arrangement. I love the college. I wasn't in college at this time, so getting excited for it. You know, probably also when I take myself back to when I was hearing what I thought college would be, I was super excited for this. So definitely late registration probably, but it's it's like 2A and 2B with graduation. And I know niggas will argue because it's cool. Like if you may have really got into your groove of Kanye West and started to grow up when 808s and Heartbreaks or My Dark Twisted Fantasy. So you may say, no, late registration is not that, but it's something everybody from the game, he would infuse the game with Paul Wall, it just different. It was just different. It was a different feeling on late registration. And I think the graduation felt like it was when I thought about that rocket with the bear, and somebody said, I can't think of who right now. It might have been Miss Pursley. Shout out our queen, Purs. But I think she said ever since the bear took off, he hasn't been the same. And I can kind of agree. I agree with that a great deal. I will say that 808s and Heartbreaks, phenomenal. Like, I need to get that on the CD right now because that, to me, really was a dope project. And the mood, the energy, what it helped create, helping that. I think that and Joe Budden's Mood Music series helped path who we listen to as far as Drake is concerned. And and that's no shade on Drake because he's phenomenal. But I have that same, being able to relate yourself to people in the audience. I think we all share that. And I think Kanye West really dipped into that, the self-deprecation.
What the fuck was that?
I haven't mastered as much. I'm not as good as some of them yet. But definitely just being yourself on a song and relaying it in a way people will really get it across. I think we're all cut from that. So, but Yeezus, it seems like as dope as his album started off his trajectory, I think after we got to 808s and Heartbreaks, My Dark Twisted Fantasy is good because it sounds a little bit like the progressive, like what Graduation would have sounded it to his first two. But it just seemed a little angry, too much focus on the chick, his relationship. I wasn't fucking with it all like that, but it is a fire-ass album. Don't get me wrong. Watch the Throne, also phenomenal. But it's a co-album, so we pin that. Yeezus. I hated Yeezus, and I almost stopped becoming a fan of Kanye West because of that piece of shit album.
What the fuck was that?
And that's my guy. I hope I would be really blessed and fortunate to be able to do a song with him, but it's just not for me. Blood in the Leaves, Bound, until the video came out, fire. But the rest of it, and Life of Pablo. Okay, it's a good project, but here's why I'm so upset with Kanye West. Kanye West used to be on the Dave Chappelle show with Common, with Mos Def, all of those people who were just real hip-hop head, Questlove, the Roots. Because Dave Chappelle's from that cloth. I'm from that ilk. That's me kid watching. I'm like, yo, this is what I want to do. To watch Kanye West go from that, I'm not even on the Kardashian shit. We'll get to that later. You know what I'm saying? This was somebody who Kanye West, for me, at a time I would have said he's going to be as big as DMX was. You know what I'm saying? As Eminem was. Like, he could outclips Jay.
Shut your fucking mouth!
Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm saying that's what I thought listening to Graduations 1 and 2. Like, damn. I was young when Jay was first and, coming out getting his footing. So with Kanye West, I was slightly older. I'm really appreciating his message. If you are younger than I and you're like, let's say Lil Yachty and Damage Dex, but this is around the time that you're now an adult. Would you imagine in the wave that Chance has, could you imagine that though, if you put Chance with a TDE? You get what I'm saying? Where they already had their own sound and then Chance came in and changed and morphed their sound, but also was lyrical and his pen was great. You know, that is the feeling that you got from Kanye West. It's completely different now. Like the inspiration is just different. So you know what I mean? I want a Kanye West album if I know it's gonna be great. But just as a lyricist, the fact that it said that not only, you know, you're not actually making your own beats anymore, you know, you getting producers and you bringing sounds together, which is great. You growing the culture. But then you also not writing your own rhymes. And I'm like, well, if that's really, because that's what I knew you for, was that hunger. You know, I could imagine being a producer, you supplying Jay and all of these niggas heat, Beans, everybody, Dipset, you supplying heat. So, but they can't ignore now that, damn, this nigga's actually rapping to his own beats that he's keeping for himself. And it's fire to the point we got to respect you. And now you're really not doing that much of either for fashion. I don't know, man, for fashion. I rock with you, King, but whatever, you know. Let's talk about shows. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it like this. I'm gonna give a couple quick music reviews for some projects. And then we're gonna get into my shout outs, sponsors, future sponsors, and then we're gonna get into some shows and some movies. So recently, if I had to say recent albums, 2 Chainz and what's his name? Who wears the dress? Young Thug. I don't listen to Thug's music though. If it's a dope hook, I'm not a hater. If it sounds, you know, sometimes his melodies can sound really crazy, I'm not a hater. But I don't listen to Thug's music.
Not up in here!
So I don't know how his new project sounded, but he put out a project and it's easy breezy, whatever. Look, whatever. I'm not a hater, so I said it. You still got some, but I don't fuck with that type of music. I'm not on that type of time. But 2 Chainz, phenomenal project. Intro, phenomenal. Riverdale Road, phenomenal. It's a vibe. That joint, oh man, yo, it's a fire ass project. Shout out to King Chainz. I'm super excited about it just because what he means to the game. Like, Future is not like 30 years old. He's not 25 years old. Like, he's an older guy.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Future is not like 30 years old. He's not 25 years old. Like, he's an older guy.
Really, nigga?
You know what I'm saying? But fire, and nobody gives a fuck because it's fire. It's fire. His project is yoga fun. Shout out to 2 Chainz. Just because, and for real, 2 Chainz has been shaping and look, hold on. So to give a review, album review, it's as good as the first, based on a true story, and I think it would probably be as good or in between that and True University or True Religion. True Religion, my fault. It's better than Boats 2. It's better than A College Girl. It's better than all of them. Like, it's in between his first and third project. I would even say, fuck it. This may be better than Boats. Like, it's that good sonically, but it's well put together, and he has good vibes on there. And it's artists that I don't even fuck with their music that's on there, and I'm like, yo, it's a vibe, it's rock. This shit is a fire. So shout out to him. It's a phenomenal project. Like I said, it has all different types of energies. I really like the intro because he's really just spazzing. You know, he's really not going by, you know, let me count in how many bars. And he said that before. He don't be in all of that. So I fuck with it. So make sure you get Pretty Girls Like Trap Music by motherfucking 2 Chainz. Titty boy. Oh, okay. But before we get off him, I just want to say this. Pause. A lot of niggas sleep on 2 Chainz' lyrical ability. Let me be clear. 2 Chainz raps well. 2 Chainz, actually, I'm a lyricist. 2 Chainz actually dumbs down his bars to reach more people. And I commend him for that, because when he went from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz, he also found that way to break down in a space and do an ad-lib, do a sound, give it a pause. Then he started finding out ways to just set up jokes in his bars, because he's always been witty. So shout out to 2 Chainz. You are slept on bar-wise. You got a joint with Eminem in the works. I'm super excited to hear that, because I think it's going to be fire. And I think y'all's goofy, you and Eminem's goofy satire sometimes probably would come off pretty motherfucking dope. Shout out Eminem as well. He gets a random fucking shout out just because he's one of the greatest. So we covered that. Oh, DJ Khaled's review for Grateful. Now, I'm usually the type of person who buy traps out the damn all music. Like, if it's music I support, I will definitely buy traps out the band. Your music. I'm definitely going to do that. And shout out to Academics. A lot of niggas don't give him. He's created some terms too. Even biting and stealing from different people, he's had some terms. So shout out to him. Even though he's, a nerd and a pussy, all of that. We get it. But you have value to the culture. We appreciate what you do, my guy. So if nobody else says it, I'm saying it. But what I did want to say is, usually when I listen to an album, it's in my iTunes. I'm listening to it. I'm going to put it on my iPhone. I'm going to put it on my iPad. And I'm going to take it with me and hear how I feel about it. Well, one night I was up, and I forgot that his album came out, so I didn't go to purchase it. Yes, I didn't go I was thinking about the torrent site. I mean, the iTunes store I got it from, or I would have got it from. But I didn't download it. I actually listened to it on YouTube, which is crazy because you can listen to a lot of music on YouTube. And I'm not saying it's shock, like I know, but it's just like it still blows my mind the extent of, how us as independent artists, how we purchase distribution and where a lot of that distribution puts our music at. I'm now seeing, and that very artist shit, that's not going to fly much longer. Emails will be sent out. But it's amazing to me that his whole album in order, you can just bounce from video to video and they have it there. But I'm listening to the album and I gotta be honest with y'all out there. Not really feeling it. This doesn't, like the last album, fire with Kendrick and For Free, and then I think about the Big Sean joint, the J. Cole joint, the Big Sean with Betty White. It was just a fire. Now, this project does have its high moments. The Jadakiss and Pusha joint, fire. Of course, Beyonce and Jay, that goes without saying. That's fire. Listen, Nas' album Done may have been one of my favorite songs in like the last 3 years, like real talk. And like last year, definitely, it was top 2, my guy. Like I don't even know, maybe top 2. Phenomenal. This new one with Travis Scott, I don't know. As of right now, I'm not rolling. It's new, but I'm not rolling yet. Come back to it. Nas, of course, phenomenal. I'm talking about the production. Yeah. I'm gonna say enough there. I'm not gonna say anything else about that song, but wasn't too impressed with it. Yeah, it was just it was lackluster. It was a lot of lackluster moments in the song. The intro I kind of like, with the one dude in there, the Jamaican dude. I can't think of his name right now. I'm fried. But anyway, not too thrilled with Grateful. And it may grow on me. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't even know if I heard the last song. So hey, the last 2-3 songs maybe. But I'll see again. I'll come back. I'll do a U-turn on it, and I'll see if that changes. But as of right now, I'm not impressed. All right. Well, here comes the point where we're doing those shout-outs. So I want to shout out the motherfuckers who make this all possible. Let me see if I can throw on my motherfucking sexy voice for the rate. No, I'm not going to do that to y'all. But I do got some shout-outs. Let me hear my shout-out horn. It's real. It's real, ladies and gentlemen. Says shout-outs. I want to shout out New Direction Barbershop in Akron, Ohio. I want to shout out the barbers out there. And I also want to shout out King Kedron. My barber, exclusively my guy. He's an amazing person. He rocks with the music. I'm trying to get him on something crazy, too. Low key. But he's a real one. He's amps people been pimping. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, he's a real nigga. He has the pulse of the city running through him. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely fuck with Kedron, King Kedron. Y'all make sure y'all get a chance. Y'all let him know that he's one of the greatest barbers as well in the city. I said that. That barber college knows that. We ain't gonna ride no more. But they know your worth. Niggas might want to act like they don't know worth. They know worth. He drops jewels. And I need that. It's a younger G. You know what I mean? He's a young OG. I need one of the OGs to let me know, yo, that's how you do this. That's how you tighten up. We need more of that. Kings, we need more of that. Queens, your young kings y'all got, they need more of that. OGs. So shout out New Directions. That's on Portage Path, Akron, Ohio. Look it up. It's an amazing place to get some culture and pulse of the city. I want to shout out Central 8 Studios, but this is what I will say. Central 8, I fuck with y'all. Matt, me and you have created masterpieces together, man. God. You're amazing. I want to take you on the road with me once we get to this check. When you get to this Fetty. Yes. But this is what I also would like. We got to start doing something for our legacy artists who's been there for a couple years. We got to put packages together. We just got to be clear. Yo, y'all been rocking. We rock. Let's go. Get at me. We know. We know what time it is. Fuck all you other studios that do a terrible job. Y'all don't know how y'all just going in there, y'all recording. I can't rock. I need that cut, authentic. I need niggas that's engineers that can jump in because I'm going in and I'm mixing down my shit as I go. This echo out, this delay, this tone. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, it's a process. Whatever. Shout out Central 8. They got a new building, so coming up, it's fire. I'll see y'all there. DJ Mel. I fuck with him in Louisiana. Shout out DJ Mel. I fuck with y'all. I want to come down there and do a show. You interviewed myself and Demetri. We had a great interview. I fuck with y'all. The team rock with you. Fantasy Hop. We gonna see. But I'm liking they vibes. They got at me on Twitter. We talk some business. I'm excited. You know what I mean? And I do a lot of hard work, arduous work, building the websites, putting promotion teams together, working with my artists and whatever they want to do. I tell them, I say, hey, by any means, this is our core. This is our foundation. By any means, 330, this is our core. But y'all want y'all to have y'all shit. Have y'all's own shit. Be bosses as well. And you know what I'm saying? We already are bosses in this shit, but I'm saying, like, you have something you came up from the mud, but you build your imprint as well. You know what I mean? This is our imprint. It's not my imprint alone. It's our imprint, But this was my baby, you know what I mean? And they helped grow. I'm thankful for my family, So shout out to Be Lamont. Eddie Vice. Shout out to Miss Purse. Shout out to Perp Grizzly. Shout out to Demeech. Motherfucking my guy, man. You really have been amazing for us. Shout out to motherfucking Flash G. Bro, you know you one of my favorite artists. I fuck with you. You know. Y'all, I mean, all of y'all are. I fuck with Eddie Vice, Perk Grizz, Chill. Shout out my little bros, Chillin' Mir. You know, chillin' nice. You know, as far as that music shit go, but y'all my family. Nasty Nate. You know what I'm saying? Down in Houston. I fuck with you. Our newest member, I Am Ty. I fuck with you. Our street team, I fuck with y'all. So definitely shout out y'all. Let me get the big shout out for the squad. By any motherfucking mean gang. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the whole team. Shout out our tour partner, Ed North Coast. We've been hitting these roads. One of the tours, you know, we jumped in, we put together the Guilty by Association tour. And his tour is part of that. So we definitely doing shows. We will be in New Jersey. We will be in New York. I got a show in Pittsburgh I'm doing. Planning something in Houston. You know, we'll be there. We're going to be in a lot of cities. We're in Detroit. You know what I mean? We'll be in Columbus. I'm coming down to Cincinnati because I fuck with them. You know what I mean? We were in Cleveland. We're going to continue to travel and do shows. You know, but he's one of the big tour partners. So just shout out Ed North Coast on Facebook. You know what I mean? That's on Guy. You know, so those are our shout outs. You know, and we're going to continue to build build relationships with them for their products and services that they can make sure they can advertise. And, you know, shout us back out the love for the This Might Be Going Nowhere podcast. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to myself for that name. That's crazy how far we've come. All right, next segment, we're going to talk real quick about these shows and movies. Power returns. We're going to make some predictions. I want y'all to make comments. This is a spot where you can make comments.
Say what?
Niggas be thinking they know everything. Who's going to be one of the first characters to die? I'm not just talking relevant. I'm talking as far as the lawyers. I'm talking as far as the federal agents, the one who really killed the dude that was after all of them. Who dies first? I definitely think they're going to get that one Fed agent that y'all called that on the Joe Budden's podcast. He going to get the fuck out of here because they ain't going to. I also... I don't know. My bold prediction, I'm thinking the dude is playing both sides of the fence with Kane and Ghost. That's going to end up you trying to hide shit. That's my prediction. You want to be one of the first serious characters to get killed. So that's where I stand at with Power. Y'all tell me y'all's predictions. What episode does Ghost get out? Man, I think it's going to be a good dynamic. I'm seeing that they introduced a character. It's a white dude in jail. Looks important. Charlie Murphy's in there. Rest in peace to Charlie Murphy, man. We're going to talk about him in a second. But I think that he is going to be in there a couple episodes. So I'm going to give him till episode 5 was my initial one. But I'm gonna go with 5. I think he gets out at 5 or after 5. So I'm throwing a 6 in there because I'm cheating. That's cool. But I'm gonna go 5, 6-ish, 6-ish, 5. But 5. I'm gonna go with 5.
Really, nigga?
Go with 5. But yeah, rest in peace to Charlie Murphy, man. And I was saying that I heard one of the personalities say, you know, it was really sad to see him sick. You know, I think it was Rory. Shout out Rory. Yeah, that's another shout out. Y'all don't do shit for me. I'm still waiting for my motherfucking Rory and Maul. I'm waiting for my motherfucking music to play. on there because I'm fire. My shit's fire, man. You type in Peoples 330, it's fire. But shout out the Joe Budden podcast. I fuck with Rory and Maul. They all real niggas. I do like them. They just, they gotta definitely show love for the great artists because I'm a great artist out of Ohio. So let's stop playing ourselves. But yeah, they were talking about it's sad seeing him sick, knowing what that's going to lead to, and I agree. But I think that also at the same time, it brings me back to Black Jesus because I was talking with the crew, some of the crew, and I'm like, man, we all was coming over and we was watching Black Jesus and we thought he was skinny, but this is the time LeBron had, he was on a paleo diet and other people were, and they were losing weight. So I'm thinking maybe he did that. He's been around the Hollywood types. He's on a new regimen. You know what I'm saying? He just lost weight. He didn't want to get old man fat. But, now to know what he was going through, rest in peace, because he ended up going from just being to Eddie Murphy's little brother to that's Charlie Murphy. He's somebody who's respected, that's funny, that brought something. He was a comedian in his own right, an actor in his own right. So bless that man. And I liked him on Power. He did a good job, really making Ghost's comfort levels crazy bad, and then beating his ass and shit. That's crazy. Okay, Irv Gotti's Tales. Watched some of the episode with my cousin, who will be a co-host, a.k.a. podcast man, secret podcast fucking man. The 6'4" giant who people think is my security when we out. He's not. He will put in work if necessary, but J-Law, King Law, he has another. Here's the thing about him. He had a secret podcast fucking show called The Co-Workers he had been doing with this chick. Gotta have to be honest with you guys. I haven't listened to the podcast yet.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
However, and that's only because I don't want to steal any of their content or ideas yet. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stay pretty clear of that. But I want to listen to it, though. But just to think that when I was telling him about the idea, hey, you should come co-host with me sometimes on the show. And he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I've been shooting this other fucking podcast.
Really, nigga?
I'm like, what kind of fuck shit is that? But shout out my cousin J-Law. He will be joining me at some point. But I want to kick this off right. I'm Peoples 330. And this might be going nowhere. Okay, so to talk about a couple more topics, TV format on YouTube shows. Shout out to the Everyday Struggle, Nadeska, Joe Budden, and DJ Academic. A lot of people talking about how long it's gonna last, blah, blah, blah. The Migos shit, all the little interviews they do, the Yachty shit, which I fucking loved, because I don't, that's not my cup of tea neither. But, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's brilliant. The show idea is brilliant. Took the first take, debate, and you make that about hip hop. And Joe Budden is somebody who I think us new MCs need, because there's no checks and balance for when niggas do you putting crosses upside down and you trying to shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Shut your fucking mouth! No problem, John. Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
We not for that shit. We not for it. Like, I'm not for it. And if you for it, you trying to, we not going, we just went through years of this Illuminati shit. I'm not trying to hear that. Nothing with upside down crosses. Even if you don't believe in Jesus, you believe it, it's God or whatever, which I just don't want you to, it just looks weird to us. We not cool. It's not rocking. But shout out to that show, because that show, Everyday Struggle, really has changed how we watch TV. Like, I'm at 11 o'clock, I'm waiting for that to hit my YouTube feed, the way I would wait for a show to come out. You know what I'm saying? Or a show to come on. It's time. And the way they cut it off, and they got credits, and Chops and the rest of them niggas try to stay off camera, and they try to keep it professional, and cuts and no phones and your notes. And I like that. I think that it's good. I think it's going to change the game. And with the death of television traditionally, from them taking off good shows and content, chasing advertising dollars, not letting the young people, young directors, producers put content on, but then the good shows that they have, they taking them off so quick, we just are detached from them. And Netflix and the streaming services is kicking y'all's ass. It's facts. And we're even watching sports on YouTube now. So y'all's days is numbered, and I'm curious to see how many more shows will be like this. Yeah. And I'll be on those shows with new music and the crew and my new ideas and clothing and interviews. I love to have that same format for a YouTube show. Herb Gotti's Tales. I watched the episode, kind of flipped the black and the white angle, black cops killing white kids. It was interesting. I'm not sure if I'm rolling, though, because the plight, it just seemed like, for one, it's on the channel white people aren't going to watch, so some of that impact is lost. Virally, yeah, it could pick up and it was parts in it that seemed genius, but a lot of it just seems like it's not really their plight. It's just white people dressed up with black stereotype images and us in positions of power that usually we traditionally don't hold. And it's why it's to the eye parts of it, I was watching it with my cousin-in-law and my pop, so I got to see generational differences of it. And it made for great dialogue. I think a lot of the message might have been missed in that, but, time will tell. But shout out Herb, because anything you doing is trying to propel the culture and thought process, I'm for it. And that's black excellence. And I've always fucked with Murder Inc. So shout out to y'all. All Eyes on Me, I still haven't seen it yet. I will go see it. A lot of slander. People just claim out now and say it's flat out not good. And it sucks because one thing I try to do, I try to stay away from social media so it doesn't cloud my judgment of the movie. And they did such a great job of clouding my judgment for this movie. I'm mad as fuck about it. So I still got to go see it. Something else I want to talk about. Transformers. That's all right. It's crazy. It just don't seem like the hype's not there. I don't know, maybe because I'm not 12 anymore, but it just, Transformers, it was like the cups at McDonald's and Taco Bell. Everybody's in on it. Megatron is interviewing on late night shows. And, Bumblebee is fucking, he kicking it with Wiz Khalifa. You know what I'm saying? And you seeing their toys and they're just dope. They're everywhere. And now it seems like Transformers was out, right? So I don't know. My pop said that they killed it in the reviews. I don't know. I have to see it. I'll let y'all know. Okay, now this is a new segment. This is gonna be another segment on the show. I got the shows or movie segment. Of course, we got the shout outs, like the commercial breaks. And of course I do my music reviews. But I want to do something, and it's kind of called late but fire, late heat. And it's kind of like late fire or late heat is kind of like, I haven't decided on the name yet, but I'm thinking late heat. I kind of like late heat, but late heat, or just stuff that already came out, whether it came out a year ago or 12 years ago, whatever. I want you to hear it. It's worth going to go listen to. So Lupe Fiasco's Drogas, however he's pronouncing it. Fire project. Also, the one project, Don't Sign on the Dotted Line. I can't think of it right now. At the summer, the murals and all of that. That's a fire project. I think it's Tesso and Youth or something like that. I can't think of it right now, but it's fire. This is fire too. So listen to that. I'm a Lupe Fiasco fan. He's the one, I'm not fan, I hate that word, supporter. He's the one artist that I would be a little nervous and I got to hear your verse first and I'm going to need a couple days to process it and then I'm going to send my shit in. He's that type of artist. So fuck with Lupe Fiasco. I'm excited about anything new, but check that out. And on R&B side, let's go back, listen to Bobby Valentino, and shout out to the ATL, shout out to my uncle down there, Omari. Shout out Bobby Valentino. Those niggas, they're actually friends, so that's pretty dope. But Bobby Valentino's first album for me was a game changer. It was amazing. I remember, just my time in here and it. All of the shit, I was a young nigga, so it just was amazing. But listen to Bobby Valentino's first album, Bobby Valentino. It has Slow Down and Those Jeans, a lot of fire, even the thank yous. Everything was fire on that. So Bobby Valentino's and Drogas, it's late but heat, So they may not always get the acclaim or the lasting acclaim that it should have, but those projects were fire. If any era, here's my question for y'all. Here's my questions for y'all. If it's any era you could live in for a month, what era would you be? Or what time period, what decade would you go into? I'm very interested in a Harlem Renaissance time. Just, being a woke person and pre-Black Panther. Of course, that's such an easy one. But the Harlem Night, I honestly would have loved to see that. I would have loved to have been around when Marcus Garvey was around. So that probably off the top is what I would think about. But y'all tell me yours. If you could go any, whether it be the 1730s, you probably wouldn't want to be here though. You wanted to be back at home, or the Industrial Revolution, dinosaur, whatever the fuck you want to be. Just tell me, leave your comments. You be there a month. You have to be there an entire month. We might make that fun, you know what I mean, and ask other people, and they expand upon that. But yeah, mine would be the Harlem Renaissance. Oh, so that would be around 1930. Don't kill me if I'm off. I'm pretty sure 1930s. Roaring late 20s, early 30s. Where they was sneaking out. We was kicking it, turning up. Girls with the flowers and the hair, the Billie Holiday joints. All right. My final thought. Do more in a day. That's my final thought. Do more in a day. Make sure you never cheat yourself. Make sure if you smoke, you use it to, the feeling of how you get off that shit, to create or plan shit out. Never just get high just to get high and sit around and watch fucking Netflix. Do something with yourself. If you don't smoke, create. Follow your dreams, and do more in a day. You know what I mean? I decided at the top of this day, no matter how this day ended, I was going to record this podcast. And this might go off the charts. I could make it, and this might be everything. This might be something you listen to on your way home from work. This could be something you listen to on your way to work. This could be something you listen to in the trap. This could be something you listen to while you cooking at home. And this might be one of the dopest podcasts that this year will ever see. This might be going to Loudspeakers Network. This might be going to Tidal. Or this might be going nowhere. The podcast. I'm Peoples 330. And this is a By Any Means 330 production. And we're going to let y'all leave out of here with some great music. Ohio, stand up. Akron, love always. Always love yourself. I'm Peoples.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm working all freaking week. I'm ready to cut loose. Oh, yeah. I'm saying? Loosen my collar a bit. I've been grinding all week. Ready for a little recess. Yeah. Who's with me? Who is with me? Recess. Yeah.
Been grinding all weekend, I'm ready for recess. Chase it, take it, stack it, and reset. I'm hearing they whispers in need of a G-check. I'm down for my squad and I die over respect. I've been grinding all weekend, I'm ready for recess. Chase it, take it, stack it, and reset. I'm hearing they whispers in need of a G-check. I'm down for my squad and I die over respect. Block when I woke up, hit a Dutch and it ran off. Ran next something sand soft in a BAM shirt with a pants off. Tucked in, hand off, touchdown when we ran off. Up in the morning, gotta grind and get these plans off. Brothers got aspirations, along with the bags we chasing. Kids private education, Europe trips elevation. Chasing asses in your way, support growing like 4K. Apple Music mean more plays, flow cold enough to North Face.